Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to episode 9 of my 3 vs 5 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, myself and 2 AI teammates set to Lord difficulty are up against a team of 5 AI set to Emperor difficulty. In this series, I'm playing as the Frostling Theocrat, Falsor Frostscroll. In our last episode, we had our first major battle with one of our opponents and a stack of his units, and that actually was a stack belonging to, I believe, Zlasor Origin of Sobek, our Lizardman warrior opponent, and the battle actually occurred at this Lost Library tile, which was kind of interesting. And thankfully, we came through the battle relatively unscathed. We didn't really lose anybody, and our main stack here, led by Falsor, is actually intact, and so that was excellent, and hopefully that's going to be a sign of things to come. But I imagine that we're going to have some difficulty, as since we've now engaged in battle, I imagine the opponents are going to get more and more aggressive, but that remains to be seen. Now, before I jump into the episode, I did just want to give a couple of quick shoutouts to a few individuals who left some excellent comments on the previous episode. The first of those comments is from Nolan Cook. Nolan mentioned that using a martyr in combination with a healer is a really good synergy and a great way to avoid the martyr getting accidentally killed by the unit that you've put absorb pain on taking too much damage. And so that's a really good call there, especially now that I have access to healers thanks to my upgrade. All of my support units now have healing. As you can see here, just as an example, here's my new Draconian Apprentice, and of course, as a support unit, it now gets access to healing. The next comment here from Nolan is that my Halfling Parade Guard actually does have not only an inspired unit, but it also has an inspiring aura, meaning that any unit standing next to it is going to get a 300 morale boost, and that's going to increase the rate of critical hits. So this unit is actually quite powerful in that regard. And I didn't look here at what we get. Okay, so when we hit gold medal with this unit, we also will get strong will, which makes them even that much more powerful and would give complete spirit protection as well. So definitely a unit I want to hang on to and continue to develop. Nolan also mentioned that it would probably be wise to start developing my throne city and getting it ready to be able to produce my tier 4 units in anticipation of this major conflict that's definitely going to start ramping up here, I think, moving forward. And I really think that's a great idea. The next comment here is from Insert Username. Insert mentioned that the martyr that I lost in the last episode likely died due to the static shield effect that was, the spell that was affecting the battlefield in the battle where I did lose that unit. So I think he's right there on that one. Let's just switch over to, I believe it was in the Shadow Realm, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, where was the battle? It was over here. Right, so we were battling at this, I can't remember the name of the structure, but this tile does have that static shield in effect. And of course, when I hit the unit, my unit took damage, and that's unfortunately what ended up killing the martyr. So great call there from Insert. A comment here from Death. Death mentioned that the magic shield upgrade that I chose last episode and was able to complete the research choice, that is, was a really good one, because that continued to improve the quality of my Crusaders, and it really allows these guys to punch above their weight class. For being a tier 2 unit, these guys are extremely tanky, very powerful, and can really tangle with units that are well above their, as I mentioned, their weight class. So if we look here, yeah, magic shield, there it is. So now they have a +2 resistance bonus against non-flanking attacks. So that much more powerful for units with the shield. And again, the Crusader is an excellent unit in that regard. Death also mentioned that I should probably consider absorbing my Orc vassal city now that I have a stack of units here able to guard it, and also start clearing out structures around here. So this stack of units was actually gifted to me as a tribute from the city of Narmbach. And I think that's actually really good advice from Death. And actually, Nolan agrees with it as well. So I'm going to absorb the city actually right now before I even forget. So it's 194 gold. We thankfully have enough. So let's do it. Excellent. There we go. So this is great. Now we're actually able to start developing the city a little bit further. And it already has a builder's hall, a storehouse, and a laboratory. So there's a few things going for it right off the bat, not to mention a wooden wall. So we could probably... We've got pretty good production income at the moment. City's going to grow. It's going to take quite a long time to grow. So we probably would want to prioritize maybe the military ability of this city. But we'll have to decide. You know what? A Theocrat's Conclave would be very good. That would give us access to the Crusader, the Martyr, Yeah, that could be extremely powerful. The Orc also has an Iconoclast, which could be kind of interesting. So I think I'll probably do the Theocrat's Conclave and then use that to produce more units out of this city. So I think we'll start with that. There we go. And thankfully we did have enough gold to do that, but now we're very low on gold. And then finally, a comment here from Gladden. Gladden mentioned that since I have lots of Devout units now, and I'm going to continue to have more and more, remembering to use Devout Heretic, Denounce Heretic, as an ability that synergizes with the Devout units is very, very powerful. Basically, it just means that your Devout units will do more damage to the Heretic units. So as always, thank you very much for the wonderful suggestions and comments. They're extremely appreciated and very, very valuable. And with that said, let's jump into the episode. There's a lot to do here, and we've got a few things going on. So let's take a look here. As I mentioned, we've now got Narmbach, and it's working on the Theocrat's Conclave. So for now, this group is probably not powerful enough on their own. They've got 2 fairly strong Tier 2 units. Unfortunately, though, the structures around here are reasonably well guarded by a Tier 3 unit there, so I think we'll probably wait until we have a bit more muscle behind this group, and I think that Theocrat's Conclave is going to help with that. So we will wait for now, but we are definitely going to want to get this stack going, clearing things out here, and maybe eventually clearing out this Eldritch Pit. Now, I'm trying to remember what else we had left to do before the episode, or at the end of last episode. So we have a stack here that we were actually going to send underground. One thing to remember, though, is that I believe the Frostlings don't particularly like being underground. Yeah, they dislike subterranean. So just a reminder that they're not going to be entirely happy under there. But we do need to start getting some units down there to kind of establish ourselves underground, I think. And of course, we do have our prospector down here who's been mining away, earning his keep. And then we're going to just keep digging. Going for that extra income. Very nice. Now, we have a stack that has made landfall over here. We moved our Orc Stomper over to join in with this group. And we're actually also bringing our Frostling Martyr over to join as well. Let's do that. And now we can actually conduct a battle here. So let's do it. We will engage the battle with our Stomper. Thankfully, because we have a support unit in here, we do have healing in the stack, which is going to be great. We have to be very careful. These plain-touched goblins will explode on death. We definitely don't want them blowing up our units and killing them. Okay. So one thing we can do is use our Frozen Flames bonus here. What that does is it just applies 80% fire protection and extra frost and fire damage to melee and ranged attacks. So let's throw that onto our Stomper, who's going to be our main upfront fighter. And at the same time here, let's throw on Absorb Pain onto the Stomper. And then I think we will just wait and let them come closer. We want those... Ooh, the unfortunate part, though, is the Wisp is probably going to jump right in. Yep, there it is. Okay, so the plain-touched goblins need to die. That's certainly a priority. One thing I can do with though is bring the Cherub over behind and do a nice flank shot. Nice, and we got the kill, no problem at all. Okay, now we need to see if we can get rid of these plain-touched goblins. And nice, we were able to get the freeze on that one. That's going to make things a little bit easier for us, actually. We really don't want... Ooh, unfortunately, this plain-touched goblin... yeah, is going to be a bit of an issue, but I think if we move up, we'll do a little bit more. It's not going to be enough to get the kill, though, unfortunately. And then we can, I guess, just charge them and take some damage here from the explosion. Oh, and I forgot about that Absorb Pain being in effect, but that's all right. We can actually then heal the Martyr with our White Witch. Excellent. And then we can move our Martyr over. Oh, and do some heavy damage there. Very, very nice. Perfect, and there's the kill with ranged attacks. That's excellent. Mitigating some of that extra damage we might have otherwise taken. Very nice. That's clearing that out. And now we also want to clear out this Great Farm if we can. We've got a Halberdier, an adventurer, and an untouchable. So let's see, we can move everybody over except oh, the martyr can actually come as well. That's perfect. And then let's engage the battle with the cherub. Oh, okay, and they're going to want to run. Now, in this situation, I don't know if it's really worth pursuing the battle to get the extra experience with this group. This is a bit of a ragtag kind of band of units here, but I think it might actually be worth it in this case because we are going to send this group into the Shadow Realm and have them try to help out with the Magic Rift situation. And so I think it'd be good to try to get some more experience. And we have enough good points that I think we'll be fine taking a little bit of extra evil here. All right, so let's do this one. Now, we will have to watch out for the pikeman unit. That's going to be a threat to our cavalry. So, I think we'll start with our buffs as we do. So here we'll throw Frozen Flames on. We'll move over and throw our Transfer Pain. And at this stage, I would like them to just come to me. Ouch, noxious vulnerability. That's not fun. Okay, so the martyr did take some punishment. Actually, you know what we can do is we can move around in behind here and get a nice flanking shot on the untouchable. And then we could follow that up with a kill from the cherub here if we really wanted. Yeah, and I like that. Let's do it. So let's step over here. Even though it's not a flank shot. Oh, dang it. That actually... Okay, that was actually silly. What I was trying to do, and I may lose the cherub now because of that. What I was trying to do is to avoid having the situation where my cherubs had their back to the halberdier unit. But now that's sadly going to happen. The ice scraper here... Or excuse me, the ice scaper. You know what? Maybe we'll move the ice scaper over to help. Yeah, and get rid of the untouchable. It's too bad. I should have tried to freeze the halberdier. That would have been the smarter move. But maybe what I can do now is use the White Witch to heal. I probably should heal the martyr, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, there we go. And then we can actually charge over here and blast the adventurer. Nice. There's a big kill. Now, I'm guessing he's going to go and kill the cherub. Yeah. Well, that poor cherub. Okay. Now we want to do some damage here if we can with our martyr. So let's get around behind. Nice flank shot there. Follow that up here. Very nice. And then we can actually get the finish with the White Witch. Just like that. So we did lose the cherub, but we gained a lot of valuable experience with the rest of our units here. You can see level ups all around with the exception of our cavalry. Okay, so the question is, do we want to try to move them without the martyr, or do we want to maybe wait? I'm thinking we wait, especially since this Magic Rift is here and is going to be a problem for us. Really, the one game plan is going to be to move all of our units over to perhaps try and clear this thing out with the backup that we have coming from the surface as well. And that's going to allow us to hopefully take care of this, and then we'll have the city... the Shadow Elf city here in much better shape, and we won't have to worry about having to babysit it quite so much. Now, it looks like we've already moved this stack led by our Dreadnought. However, our stack that's led by the Warlord, we could actually start wandering on over and at least taking a look at what's going on in the Rift. It's not the worst idea in the world. My only reservation there is just that... Well, and you know what? We can actually make it right next to the Rift, so I'm not as concerned about that. I think we'll wait then one more turn, just in case a unit were to come out of here and attack the city. So we'll tell this stack to wait just one more turn. That'll allow our units on the surface here. Let's go back. So our units on the surface should hopefully be able to... And we'll go back to the Shadow Realm. Yeah, they can make it their next turn as well. So we'll have everybody converge on the Magic Rift, and then we can deal with it at that point. Yeah, I think that'll go well. Very cool. All right, let's check out what we had going on down here. So we have a stack led by Ultmar the Enchanted, of course, our Warlord hero, and now we have that Exalted in the stack, which is very, very cool. Unfortunately, though, this stack is lacking healing at the moment. That's one issue that we currently have. We need a support unit in there. That would be very nice. We do also have a situation where our little hodgepodge group here is under threat from some roaming units. Of course, this is one of our new vassals. Alright, so now the question is, where do we move this group? So one option would be to come back and deal with the roaming unit here. I definitely don't mind that option. We could actually even head over and clear out this spawning structure. That would be probably a wise choice for us. Yeah, I definitely like that idea. Just kind of panning around to see what else I can see. But I do like that. So let's head down here. We'll take on this group, and we'll even move our stack in to assist us as well, and we'll engage the battle here. Okay. So we can move up aggressively and see if we can get in range. Don't think our melee units down here are going to make a difference, but we can, however... So as I said, yeah, unfortunately none of our units have healing. It's kind of a shame. But for Altmar here, we're going to have to use Altmar to take on the Air Elemental. That's, I think, a given at this point. Big danger is just going to be him taking damage. And we have to be careful with our Exalted. We don't have a lot of health left, so I think we're going to want to probably just kind of reinforce ourselves a little bit here. So maybe what we'll do is we'll actually fall back ever so slightly with our units and let them come to us. We also don't want to group up too much, especially with that Wisp potentially attacking us. So let's let them come to us. Hopefully this doesn't bite me in the butt. Okay, going after the... Oh, that's interesting. I did not expect that. We can head over with Altmar and at least get a little bit of damage on the Air Elemental. But now we've got this problem where our Jester is basically cooked. So, yeah, and this Wisp is going to be an issue for us now. I truthfully did not expect them to do this, to move back over this direction. Dryad can move over. We'll keep our Exalted nearby, but we don't have to get too crazy with it. So why don't we see if we can do some damage here. Ooh, and of course they're stunned. Not good. Ouch. Yeah, and there we go. We lost 2 units. That was kind of unfortunate. Really not going well for me at this stage. The Exalted, I will actually throw Transfer Pain on. And then I'm going to charge right in, get real aggressive here. Nice, big, heavy damage there. Very, very good. And then, you know what? I can even try for an Entangle with my Dryad if I really wanted. However, that's only going to work if... How far can I phase? Ooh, unfortunately, not quite far enough, yeah. So I would like to get the kill on the Wisp. And actually, yeah, the Dryad can do that for sure, so let's make that happen. There we go. And then we can walk over and attack the Air Elemental for a little bit of damage, so let's do that. Very nice. Everybody else can just stay put. I mean, the good news is the units that we did lose weren't, you know, critically important or anything like that. It's just, it's not worth losing units if you don't have to. Alright, very nice. So, yeah, this stack's done its thing. This guy can now act as a bit of a scout again for us here, so maybe we'll actually go check out what's on the other side of the city over here. Okay, so we've got a Shadow Sanctuary. Let's see, they are willing to fight for your... From time to time, survivors of the Shadow Realm gather here. They are willing to fight for your cause in return for gold. Okay, so this is the equivalent of like an inn. Very cool. Alright, I think that more or less takes care of the Shadow Realm. We do actually... Now, this is interesting. We have eyes on something here, and I'm not entirely sure why that is. That's interesting, though. Oh, I think... Oh, okay, maybe have we gone through Shadowgate over here or something? Maybe one of our teammates has. Or has made contact with that city. Interesting. Okay, we have our rogue stack up here, and now, thankfully, we have access to healing because our support unit here has it, which is great. This stack desperately needed healing. So I think what we're going to want to do is just continue to maybe help our allies clear out some of these structures. Make sure that they're nice and safe. We could head over and clear out this tomb. Just kind of looking around what else there is. Maybe try out this dungeon eventually. Most of these more minor structures have already been cleared out, it looks like. So our teammates are actually doing a pretty decent job despite being on just Lord difficulty. So let's head over. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll grab the berries. We'll move over. We'll go clear out the tomb. And we'll kind of just make sure everything else is already cleared out. And even head down and maybe try and grab this watchtower. Okay. Otherwise here, let's see. We've got a spell we can cast. Paid Absolution would be great to continue to improve our gold income. So I think we'll probably go with that. As for a research choice, now, okay, let's think about this a little bit. We could give our support units Devout and also have them, when they're produced at a city, they're going to start with an additional rank. That's not bad. Beacon of Faith just improves the growth rate of cities. Now that could be useful, especially like, for example, in that Orc city that I just brought in with the relatively slow growth rate there. But I actually think I really want the extra casting points here, so I'm going to go with Divine Channeling for now. And then as for production for most cities, we're just going to do merchandise. We really don't have the gold to do much else at the moment. And then halls, unfortunately, our throne city. You know what? Maybe it's worth actually not doing the Theocrats Conclave just yet, and instead in our throne city working on the Holy of Holies, as was suggested, as a way for us to start preparing to be able to produce our tier 4 units once we're able to. This will take 6 turns. That being said, we're probably not going to have access to them for a little while at least, so maybe it's okay to wait on that. I don't know. Otherwise, there really isn't much else we could produce with the amount of gold we currently have. I guess we could do a stone wall to increase the domain radius. Not that that's going to really matter for any reason. There's no other structures nearby that we're going to bring into the fold. So I think we're all right for now. Yeah, let's just do merchandise, I guess. Actually, okay, I changed my mind. I truthfully don't know if any of our other cities... I don't think any other cities are producing anything at the moment. We do have a Shadow Elf Crusader. You know what, I think we can cancel this. And the reason for that is because... Yeah, there we go. The reason for that is because we have additional units coming through the Shadow Gate here to reinforce our stacks that we have there. So I think we'll be all right for units. And that's going to free up a little bit of gold for us to continue to develop the Throne City. What I'd really like to do is actually get an observatory going. And then once that's finished, maybe we'll try for the Holy of Holies. Actually, even a Master's Guild wouldn't be so bad. We just don't have enough gold for it at the moment. That would be great to get us above that 100 production income. We'll do the observatory. Now, Zeldin. Again, we don't really have gold at this point to do anything else, so we will just do merchandise. And then we have this stack, which is now underground. I think it would be nice to add a little bit extra to this group just because they're kind of on their own. So let's get a cherub in there at least to help them out. Just a little bit here. Now, they're not going to be strong enough on their own to clear out a tomb just at this stage, but maybe we could head down. Ooh, that's actually quite well defended. Never mind. I was going to say we've got a very tough-looking human sword banneret guarding this tier 3 infantry unit. I think we're going to just avoid that. However, there are a few other structures down here to clear out, a gold mine and a trading post. So maybe we try that. The other option would be we go explore to the north. You know what? That's not the worst idea. That would be kind of under where we already are. So I definitely don't mind that. So you know what? Let's head this direction and see what we find. Oh, nice. Okay, we've got a spawning structure here, producing some nasty spiders that we're going to have to get rid of. Monster dens. So yeah, we'll definitely want to see if maybe we can clear that out. I'm not sure if we're quite powerful enough to do it with what we've got, but we can certainly give it a try. We have a couple extra units here that were units we were able to charm, I believe, to get them into the fold. So with them, I guess the question is, where do we want to go? There is some unexplored area in here. Maybe what we'll do with these guys is we'll actually head more down towards kind of the front lines. Start heading over this direction. Yeah, maybe we go and help out our allies a little bit that way. All right, now this group, as I mentioned, we definitely want to keep them probably with the city for now until we're strong enough. I mean, we could, I guess, try this Watchling and Wisp battle here. That's not the worst idea. You know what? Let's give that a shot. Maybe we can get a little bit of experience for us here. This will be tricky, though, because the orcs are have a little bit lower resistance, and so... Oh, yeah, that's not good. I kind of regret this choice, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, well, though. Okay, we can throw a rock. Got a short range on it, though, so maybe if we step up here... Yeah, we can hit him with the rock. Nice, we got a critical. That's perfect. And then, you know what? Maybe we can also throw the javelin here. Let's see. Come on, let's see if it gets the kill. Excellent. Yeah, there we go. It's nice when our units are happy. That really improves their odds of getting those critical hits. Now, the suppressor is going to be a bit of a problem. I think we'll just leave our heavier units in behind as they are. And then they can come in and help out. Ouch. Oh, yikes. Okay, that was not fun. Our oppressor can step up, throw on the war cry, do some heavy damage to the watchling there. We are going to need now to get rid of this wisp, that is for sure. Okay, we can flank the wisp with the rock throw. And then we can also throw our javelin. The only problem is there's no guarantee that javelin is going to get the kill, sadly. And then static shield that the wisp has. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, that's going to give us 5 shock damage, which is probably going to kill the spearman. Now, here's an option. We could sprint, move in behind, throw our war cry on, and then go for the melee kill here, and I think we should get it. Oh, dang it. Okay, we didn't quite. Oh, I forgot. Shoot. I was thinking I was going to flank them, but I didn't because they have total awareness. Oh, that's so silly of me. Yeah, there, my mistake. I was thinking, oh, I'll get 2 hits because it's a flank attack. Oh, that was brutial. Can't believe I made that mistake. Yeah, now we may end up losing our oppressor as well. Oh, I really kind of botched this. Okay, the watchling is going to probably just spirit blast. Oh, but the unit's engaged, so it won't get to do that. So we'll go for the wisp. Okay, there we go. Yeah, geez, I didn't read the description of the watchling, but again, that makes sense. All the units in that category have that same total awareness capability. You gotta get the kill with the drudge there. All right, yeah, so it's a shame we lost our spearman, but at least we got the kill. Got a little bit of experience, and we can head back and just hang out at the orc base. And then for Falsor, we're going to just keep him where he is. And that's going to do it for our turn. So, while the turn is flipping over, it'll be interesting to see if we start getting attacked anywhere, or if the enemy starts moving forces into where we can see. I'm a little bit nervous about Falsor still. I would really like to get him up to level 11, such that then all the units in his stack are going to have Resurgence once we get Divine Justicars. That's the upgrade I'm really going after. Now, thankfully, it looks like he's at the point here where he only needs 16 more experience to get there. So really, one more battle and we should be fine. I mean, heck, we could go clear out this gold mine and that should do it for us. Oh, I hear some wings. That sounds like something is flying. It's a little bit scary. Nice to have this Draconian Apprentice as well. We can add that in for additional healing if necessary. And as well, we can start building a second stack using our Convert, and then we have a ready-made healer to join in the group. So It's quite nice, actually. That upgrade where all your support units get healing is extremely important. It's analogous to the same upgrade or equivalent upgrade that Necromancers get, where all support units gain heal undead. I really think it's quite a game changer. It's one of the most important upgrades you can get. Just kind of panning around, seeing what else is going on here. Not seeing too much. Now, okay, independents are moving. Hopefully nothing spawns in the Shadow Realm. Oh, yeah, of course, there it is. Literally as I'm saying it. I hope nothing spawns in the Shadow Realm. Yikes, okay, this is going to be tough. We got a Spirit Elemental and a Node Serpent. We may actually be in some trouble here. We're going to really have to play our cards right on this one. Okay, so let's think about this. What kind of spells do we have with our hero? Okay, we have Last Stand. That's going to really come in handy. I think we're going to throw that probably onto our Crusader. And so let's... Okay, first things first here. Let's just retreat back. Because we want to buy ourselves a little bit of time to be able to cast those spells. So, okay. First thing, Last Stand onto the Crusader. Alright, now at this point, we're going to also use Absorb Pain on our hero and on our Crusader. If we end up losing the Martyrs, I mean, it is what it is. And then we can move over here, and we're going to use Last Stand this time on the hero. Okay. Hopefully, we are ready for this fight. Oof. And unfortunately, the Spirit Elemental is not going to be able to get frozen in place, sadly. I think maybe what we'll do is we'll have our Crusader here in defense mode ready to go. Back our Martyrs up so that they're kind of out of the way. And we will just use our Ice Scaper as a little bit of a bit of bait. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Perfect. Unfortunately, they died, but the goal was to use them as bait, so we were able to do that actually quite successfully. So, now the big question, how do we want to deal with this Node Serpent? I think it would be nice to get a charge going, actually. Let's do that. Yeah, there we go. Throw on the War Cry, and then we can step in, blast for some very heavy damage. Thankfully, Absorb Pain doing its job. Now, unfortunately, the Wisp cannot be affected by the Lightning Shock, ranged attack of our Shadow Elf Martyr. Same story for the Node Serpent, unfortunately. So, I think what we'll do is we'll actually just get the kill with our Crusader. There we go. And then, I think we can... Yeah, so at least we can hit the Spirit Elemental for a tiny bit of damage. Not that that's going to make much of a difference, but... Alright, let's see what happens next here. Ouch. Okay, going after our Martyrs. Now, we should hopefully be able to save this Martyr at least. I believe that's the Martyr that has... Yeah, Transfer Pain is currently on our hero. So at this point, let's flank in behind. Go for the kill. Perfect, okay. Now, between our units here, we got to try and deal with this Spirit Elemental. So, what we're going to do is we're going to step over here, do a flank shot, and then free up our Crusader to do some big damage here. Nice. Now, unfortunately, probably what's going to happen is the Spirit Elemental is going to go after my hero, and that's going to probably lead to the Martyr dying. But let's see if that's the case. Oh, wow, they went after the Crusader. That's totally fine by me, actually. And you know what? The Martyr can get the kill, and that would be great because we want to try to... Oh, unfortunately, though, this unit has already leveled up once this battle, so maybe it would actually be better to get the kill with our hero. Yeah, let's do that. We can throw our sword. Okay, very nice. So we actually lost only one Martyr and the Ice Scaper there. But thankfully that kept our city alive. So that was a little tricky, but we came out of it all right. A Crusader is, again, extremely powerful. I'm very, very glad to have them. Now, we've met a dwelling here. I guess just let me know when you're ready to talk. This is our ally doing some scouting. Let's see, another item arrived. Oh, excellent. Some torso gear for our Dreadnought hero. Domain invasion at Zeldin. Okay, we dealt with that, so we're good there. So now we want to head over to this rift. Oops. So let's see. We can send this unit into the Shadow Realm. They can actually head right over to it. Again, pretty well defended. We've got a tier 3 fire elemental, then 3 lesser elementals, 2 of them being blight and 1 of them being an air elemental. So that's certainly going to be challenging, but I think we will be able to handle it. At least I hope so. Between our groups here, we've got our Warlord hero with the Crusader and the Martyr coming in to assist, and then this kind of miscellaneous group. I wonder, we could probably also maybe get our Dreadnought hero could also help out. So you know what? We'll just send everybody over because we really do want to get rid of this structure. I think that would be very desirable to clear this out. So you know what we'll do is we'll go like this and like this. This is probably overkill, but I'd rather just get this dealt with. All right, excellent. Let's give this a shot. Uh-oh. Okay, so my cavalry unit is weakened, as is my hero. So I'm going to have to keep him out of harm's way when it comes to the blight elementals, because now that he's weakened, he's going to be very susceptible to that blight damage. Now, this elemental is kind of over by himself, so I think we're actually going to be able to take advantage of that. Let's jump right over. Start wailing on him as best we can, actually, since we are here. You know what, we can even send our White Witch up. Oh yeah, pretty good damage there, actually, all things considered. Oh, very nice. And then, yeah, you can see here, though, if we charge in, we're going to take a lot of damage. That being said, we might be able to just get the kill. Be a bit of a risk, but let's see if maybe we can make it happen. Oh, fantastic. Okay, we got the kill. We didn't really take any damage there. Wonderful. All right, now over here we've got a situation to deal with. So, as I mentioned, our hero is going to need to get out of there. We don't want him engaging with the Blight Elemental in particular since he's weakened. We can throw Last Stand onto maybe our Crusader, I think. And then charge the Crusader in to maybe deal with... Oh my gosh, that fire damage, though. I forgot that since we are Shadow Elves, we have that fire weakness. Ooh, that is not good. Alright, well, Cherub is not going to be able to do much to help either. Alright, the Martyr we want to get out of there. We don't want to lose the Martyr if we can avoid it. Alright, the Crusader... Let's see if we can rotate out of there a little bit. Maybe the Cherub can head over into the corner. Maybe try and draw some attention that direction. Meanwhile, what if we go here? Ooh, shoot, we're still going to get hit, so... Let's jump back here. And this is scary stuff, though. Holy cow. Okay, actually, that's perfect. We're splitting up. This should be easier to deal with now. There, you can see just how much damage we're taking from that Blight, even though it really wasn't a big, heavy attack or anything. Let's step closer. Ooh, yeah, I like this. We can... Very nice there. Excellent damage. We can even follow that up with a little bit from our Martyr here. Perfect. And then... Let's see. 8 to 12, and then 1 to 2 versus 11 to 17. Yeah, so that's going to be a little better for us here. Wonderful. And then we should be able to get the finish. Excellent. Okay, now it's just this Fire Elemental who's going to be the problem. Our Cherub can continue to run away. Now, this air elemental also needs to die, so one thing we can do is advance with our Ice Scaper. Perfect. White Witch can do some actually fairly heavy damage here. Very nice. And then you know what? We can charge right in here and get a flanking attack and then move our Martyr up and get the finish here. Throwing some stones and a nice level up there for our Martyr, getting closer to turning them into an Exalted. Okay. Alright, now it's just this Fire Elemental. Big thing to remember here is, of course, Explosive Death. That's the really scary part here. We definitely don't want that to happen. Also, Fire Aura. Yikes. Okay. Trying to think what's the best way to handle this. Oof. Actually, you know what? Guardian Flame wouldn't be the worst idea. That would provide the buff there for my Crusaders and would mitigate their fire weakness, which would really help out in this fight. Yeah, I actually quite like that. Alternatively, I guess we could just kind of get out of here or to run away. Let's see here. If I go like this, the only other danger is this unit does have sprint. It's pretty scary. And look at how susceptible my heroes are to those attacks. Yikes. Yeah, I don't think we can afford it. I really think we have to just get out of there. You know what? And let's use this on our Warlord. Alright, and then our Martyr is going to run. And our Crusader is also going to run. Everybody's out of the range. The only thing that might happen would be a sprint attack to get in range. Alright, now the Martyr here, I think we could probably put the Absorb Pain on the Crusader, perhaps. And actually, this is where using Frozen Flames might be helpful. 80% fire protection, that would be incredible. So we can put that on the Crusader as well next turn. I'm actually really glad I brought all these units into this fight. Now, okay, our Crusader can't quite make it there. I think if we just run away, continue to just run, that's the really smart move here. We just don't really want to even get into this fight. And then we take the White Witch and the Martyr. White Witch can throw on the Frozen Flames. And then the Martyr can throw on the Absorb Pain. And there we go. Alright, perfect. Step up the Crusader. The only tricky part is going to be, is he going to take the bait and actually attack? Hoping he does. Oh, he's not going to. Alright. So now what we'll do is we'll just bring everybody over. Try to do as much damage as we can. Keeping in mind the explosion radius here. 9, so 13 versus, yeah, that's going to be a little bit more powerful. And then step over here. Blast with our gun. Actually doing a pretty good job of dishing out punishment here. I wonder if we'll be able to even just get the kill. No, I was thinking maybe with just ranged attacks, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So now we can use our Crusader, who at least has that fire protection, get the finish. Oh, and I forgot about Absorb Pain, but it ended up not mattering. Excellent. Okay. Very, very cool. Well, look at that. We even got some casting points out of that. That's perfect. That's going to speed up getting Paid Absolution. And now we can, you know, maybe redistribute some of these units into our 2 stacks here, which would be great. So let's even go like this. And then we have to just decide who our Warlord is going to lead. Go like that. Oh, and you know what? We want to send one group over to probably clear out the Ancient Ruins since we're already here. So maybe we do that with our Warlord. I don't know. We'll have to decide. But in any case, at least we've got lots of units now to divvy up between the two stacks. We also got level ups with both our heroes. So we're now level 5 with our warlord. And you know what? I really wouldn't mind melee command or maybe range command here for this stack. Kind of boost my units a little bit. Let's go ranged command. And then for our Dreadnought hero, actually Forge Aprons would be very useful to protect our Shadow Elf units, as we just saw, from extra fire damage. And then Lightning Rod Banner also would be helpful. Let's go with Forge Aprons for now. All right, yeah, this is really going well in the Shadow Realm. I'm quite happy with how this is turning out so far. Jump down here. All right, so now we have to decide what do we want to do with this stack. Let's do a little bit more scouting and see what else we find over here. Okay, looks like we've got another... Ooh, a dragon dwelling. Very cool. They would like to open their borders and have a peace treaty. I am happy to do that. And then let me know when you'd like to talk further. Looks like we've got a larvae pool, and it's guarded by a Shadow Demon Lord. This is a tier 4 Shadow Demon. Very powerful, very scary. We're going to have to be extremely cautious if we go and attack that. And with what this stack currently has, I don't think we could handle it. We would need more healing or buff units that can provide buffs. Why don't we just head along the road here for now? We can clear out the gemstone mine, getting guarded by the Siron units here. Oh, and they're going to try to run. You know what? I do want the experience, though, so I am going to actually engage this battle. Okay. So as I mentioned, this stack not having healing is a bit of an issue. But let's throw our Transfer Pain onto our hero. We can start moving our units up. These are sword units, it looks like. They are... Oh, they're considered irregular. Okay. They're armored, they have armor piercing, and they have a melee attack that does a little bit of spirit and a little bit of shock. Okay, so we just have to be cautious. I think we'll be alright, though. Let's see if we can goad them into coming out to attack us. Don't think that should be too much of an issue. Yep, no problem at all there. Alright, so let's get a flank with the Dryad here. Very nice. Those Dryads actually hit quite hard. Now, this Prospector is in defense mode. So it would be nice to see if maybe we could... Ooh, let's try for the Entangle here. Okay, resisted, but that took away some of the movement, which is helpful. Let's move over and attack. Very nice. Excellent. We can move in and get the kill. Fantastic. That takes care of that. A little bit extra gold, always good. And then, you know what? Let's head over and maybe we can clear out this Hollow Grove. It is a legendary structure, though. That might be a bit much for us. Of course, there's some gold there we should grab at some point as well. Oh, and we definitely need to clear this out. And look at that, some roaming units here. So, all right, let's head over here. And then from there, we can head down and clear that out. Excellent. Okay. So, looks like we've had... Nice, okay, we've had our... Osthiel has grown into a town, which is great, bringing more... Ooh, and look at this. We have the Magma Forge. I was going to say bringing more things into the domain and improving the city a little bit, which is very good. So, yeah, I think it would be good to develop this city a little bit more. It'd be nice to get this production income above 50. So if we do the Builder's Hall, that would actually be very good for us there. But I want to save the gold because we're going to need it in a few other places. So, let's see here. Yeah, Throne City has almost done the observatory. and I almost forgot. Let's go down and deal with Falsor here. So as I mentioned, I think just even clearing out this gold mine would be useful here. So that way we can maybe get enough experience for us to get access to Divine Justicars. Which is certainly, I would say, a bit of a game changer, because then your units all have Resurgence, and you can be a little bit more... You can take more risks, I would say. Now, do we want to maybe mind control any of these units? We've got a Draconian Fledgling. Oh, look at this. It's like it's like the little Draconian starter unit, but it's upright and walking around. And it can evolve. Oh, very cool. Okay, so it's kind of an equivalent unit. It has Acid Spit. Oh, that's cool. Quick Learner. Oh, and it gains experience faster. I like that. Actually, you know what? That unit might be worth getting control of there. We got a Draconian Fire Breather. This Burning Breath attack. I imagine that's like a Dragon Breath attack, sort of. Yeah. Oh, no, it's a... Okay, it's a nearby hexagon one there. Okay. Let's do some buffs here before we go any further. You know what? We'll throw this onto our Parade Guard. And then we'll throw the Plague Fire attempt onto the Fledgling. Okay, nice. We got it. Clan Guard can step up and provide some guard mode action. And then let's just see what happens here. When I forgot to use the... Okay, nice. No problem there at all. I can just get the finish on the Charger. And then the Clan Guard. Let's see if we can get our convert off. Excellent. All right, our Fledgling is now on our side. Crusader can advance over here. Clan Guard can move up like that. Cherub's just going to stay back. The Parade Guard, I think, can also kind of stay out of the fray a little bit. Although one thing I suppose we could do is actually try to get... You know what? Let's do it. Try to get a taunt on there. Limited the movement a little bit. Ouch, okay, we took a little bit of damage, but nothing we can't handle. Be nice to get a heal off, but we can also do a little bit of damage before we do that. Free throw. Perfect. Now, who needs some more experience? Our Parade Guard definitely does. Let's see, does anyone need some healing before we... Actually, let's just try for a... Oh, we can't throw Fire Plague onto the Fire Breather because it's immune to fire damage. That makes sense. Well, we'll drop a heal there. Step over and do a little bit of damage. And then we can walk over here and do a defensive... Oh, nice. Okay, we got the kill with defensive strike. Nothing wrong with that. And we got ourselves another unit, and a unit that can evolve, which is pretty cool. And I mean, since we're here, might be worth just clearing out the air node as well, since we're in the neighborhood. Even maybe try and clear out the Raven's Keep, although that might be asking a bit much. And here, we got the level up. That's what we really needed. So now, here we go. Divine Justicars. This is it. This is what I've been waiting for. All units in the Hero's Army gain Resurgence. Boom. That makes a massive difference for us there. So now, all of our units have Resurgence, so we can be a little bit more aggressive with them. Don't have to worry as much about the risk that we might take. Let's engage this battle here. Clear out the air node. This is definitely a great way to kind of start to build that steamroll. Once you have a Theocrat who has Divine Justicars, things can really, really start to accelerate in terms of the rate at which you can start building up your strength, I would say. Because now it's a lot easier to clear out the higher level structures because you don't have to worry about losing units as much. Ooh, you know what? Let's see if we can get that baby Shock Serpent, maybe. Oh, actually, I don't think Convert works on them. Never mind. Nice. Okay, they're going to start moving on us. That's what we needed. No problem there. You know what? Let's get the kill with... Oh, we actually didn't get the kill. I should have moved out closer, maybe. That's alright. We can do this. There we go. And then our Parade Guard can advance. You know what? Let's taunt the Air Elemental. Nice. Get our Crusader in there. And then Falsor. Everybody's in pretty good shape. So you know what? We'll bestow Iron Heart onto the Clan Guard. Nice. Big damage there. Really barely took any at all, too. That's pretty cool. You know what? We can throw a healing onto the Crusader. And then... And yeah, I don't think Convert works on either of these units. No, it doesn't. So... When Wind Ward is in effect, I didn't realize that. So, maybe we'll just attack directly with the Parade Guard here. Move the Clan Guard around to get a flank attack in. Nice. Really good there with the extra happiness. We had a great chance to crit, and we did. Let's drop a heal. And then our Crusader can just obliterate the Shock Serpent. Perfect. Man, this is so great having Resurgence because we don't have to worry so much. Oh, I'm so happy about this. Okay, yeah, we'll regroup. And then we'll probably head down to the Raven's Keep next turn and see if maybe we can clear that out. That would be very cool. Okay, so that's going to do it there. We'll send up our Apprentice to kind of join up with us a little bit as well. And as we start recruiting more units, we can build a secondary stack. And we already have a healer, as I mentioned previously. Brunson finished the Builder's Hall. That's great. This city's a little bit more functional now. We have to be a little bit careful. We don't want to burn through our gold too quickly, but this is certainly very positive. Looking around to see what our situation is looking like otherwise. Ooh, look at this. Okay, the city's about to come under attack from a Feathered Serpent. Ooh, that's a little scary, especially since our units aren't in great shape at the moment. We'll have to see if they commit to the attack on the city, though. I'm not feeling great about that. I don't think I have anybody that can get there easily in a short time period. I mean, the Spearmen could try and get there, but yeah, that's going to take a few turns. Oh, man, that's not good. Now, hang on. Oh, here's what we could do. We could avoid the Paid Absolution, switch over and do a Cherub to at least try to help. You know what? I am going to do that just because I really can't afford to lose the city since I've just acquired it. Even though that's going to mean Paid Absolution now has to be delayed. I think it's worth doing just to provide a little bit of extra chance that we don't lose the city. Now, that wall would actually help us out, but... Okay, at this point, you know what? Maybe we go for the Evangelist. I'm trying to think here. Rally of the Populace. This is a chance to make enemy city, you know, rebel against its player. I did talk about Beacon of Faith, but we just don't have enough casting points to really put all the upgrades into effect that I want. We don't really need the extra mana income from this upgrade, so I'm not as excited about it. We could start working on some of our combat spells. That's not a bad idea. You know what? I think I'm gonna go for the Evangelist, and then the next step after that is Exalted. And so we're working on trying to get up to the tier 4 units eventually. So let's do that. Okay, back to Zeldin here. All right, production decision time. So looking at what we've got. So we currently have one Crusader and one powerful cavalry unit. Got one Martyr there, and another here. We've got a White Witch who has healing. On this side, none of these units have healing, but the Dreadnought does. We've got another Martyr and Crusader in that group, so we've got enough Crusaders to go around and enough Martyrs to go around. We can have one Crusader per army, and at least one Martyr per army. And then the trick is going to be the White Witch should go with the Warlord, because otherwise this stack won't have healing. So the reason I was trying to do the math on that is to decide what I want to do with Zeldin in terms of production. Now, would growing the city be of any benefit? Not really in terms of bringing additional structures in. Even bringing in, if we were to clear out this Archon fort, all it's going to do is provide an Archon garrison, which then allows you to make the Archon legionary unit. So, not particularly helpful, really. We could do the laboratory, though. That's actually quite an easy upgrade and very cheap. So maybe we'll do that just for now. Over to Roghan Dur. This is our dwarven city. Ooh, we could do a shrine in a single turn. We've got pretty good production income in the city right now. Do an observatory in 2 turns to grow. And you know what? That would give us access to the quarry. Ooh, I like that. Let's make that happen. The city's not going to grow for another 10 turns. But once we have that quarry, we're going to have production that's over 100. And that's going to make it way easier to do some of these other production options faster. Now, Ostiel, as I mentioned, just grew a little bit, so it'd be nice to have a builder's hall here, actually. This is starting to get expensive, though. I have to be careful. Running out of gold really fast. Brunsund, I think maybe we will just wait here for a turn with merchandise. And our rogue we are sending over, so let's grab those haste berries and head straight for... We'll head for that tomb, actually. And this army, again, we're just going to have them continue to sit. Now, underground here, let's see. We can advance over the... Ooh, and look at that. We've got some cities to meet. Let's go make that happen. We met the outpost of Torloden. 45 gold. They'd like to sign a peace treaty. Ah, sure. You know what? That's not that expensive. Looks like they're under attack from some spiders at the moment, including a black spider dedicated to evil. Very scary. Looks kind of like a black widow almost. The little guy's going to just keep on mining. Excellent. Regenerating some of that gold we're spending. As I mentioned, this little group, I guess we can just kind of send them over here. And then that's going to do it for the turn. So we will... We could end the turn and let it flip over, but I think this is a great place to actually leave the episode. Kind of a short one here, but a few things that happened that were really important. Again, the biggest thing that happened, really, I think, was getting Divine Justicars for Falsor stack. That's a huge, huge upgrade. Really makes a big difference for us and allows me to be a little bit more aggressive with his stack, which is going to be very helpful, especially if I'm using him as kind of the tip of the spear here on the front lines of battle. I would really like to get some additional Tier 3 or Tier 4 units in this stack eventually, though, so that's something I would like to try to do, and maybe if we do the Raven's Keep, we could try and convert a unit in there or something. We'll have to see, but I would like to continue to keep that unit getting stronger and having stronger units in it. Let's just zoom out. So yeah, really not a ton of changes on the surface map, but we did have some important... occurrences this episode. So we'll save this one as episode 9. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.